Rainbow Wrap-Up is sponsored by Hawaii sports fans. Come join us on the road for UH football, men's volleyball, and much more at hisportsfans.com. Aloha and welcome to another episode of the Rainbow Wrap-Up. We got big news. You probably heard already, but, we got to discuss a major development with UH football that we're very excited about. So, of course, I got to bring in my boys. Sean Hyman. What's up, Sean?
Hey, what's up, Wayne? What's up, Warrior Nation?
Ryan, see you in the house.
Well, ready to travel in a couple weeks. Although we got to slow down. We got to slow down. We have a game first. Then we're on the road.
But, we're always thinking about the road here at Hawaii Sports Fans. hisportsfans.com. You can jump on our trip to Arizona. Our first road game of the year, the UH Rainbow Warriors taking on the Wildcats there in Tucson, Arizona. We're going to see Tucson. We're going to see Sedona, one of the most beautiful and scenic towns you could find really in the Southwest or across the U.S. Beautiful vistas, mesas, and, cacti, of course, because it's the desert, but just really beautiful. If you haven't, seen it before, even if you just Google Sedona, you'll see how beautiful it is. But we'll be going there our very first day of the tour. That'll be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday tour. Friday being, we'll arrive Thursday. And then Sedona, Tucson Saturday for the game. Sunday we'll be doing a tour of Phoenix, seeing a Wild West town, so you can step right back into time in the Wild West. We'll also get the best milkshakes, apparently, and one of some of the best in the entire country. So, because I love dairy so much, and I do, but it's not for the best reason.
You.
Dairy does not love me back. That's definitely for sure. But we just have so much excitement going on this season. So make sure you go to hisportsfans.com, check it out. We also have our Dodgers Home Run Seats tour. We can still give you a $400 credit on a future tour if you come. Yeah, so if you come with us to this tour, September 15, 16, 17, 18, the home run seats, we'll be sitting literally right on the fence. Imagine watching a game and sitting right on the fence. That's what you'll be doing at Dodgers Stadium, sitting in right field, where a lot of home run balls go. We always get balls. We start with, batting practice before the game. So it's really fun. Baseball is really fun. And it's even more fun with Hawaii sports fans. And of course, we do all of our LA touring as well. We got it all set up for you. We're going to be going to Koreatown. We're going to be going to Little Tokyo. We're also going to be going to Sawtelle, Japan. Or Sawtelle is another neighborhood in LA with all the best Asian restaurants. So, that's my vibe. But
weren't you doing some advanced scouting?
I was. So I did do some advanced scouting, some reconnaissance, going down to Sawtelle. To Artelise Bakery, which, we love our fine cakes and eclairs, and we go to patisseries wherever we're on the mainland. And there's another good one in LA that we haven't gone to yet, another bakery. So I went and tried it. It was good. It definitely met the mark, our standard of Hawaii sports fans. Also got some matcha strawberry puree on the bottom, which was really good. So, we do a lot of that kind of thing, just finding these gems, and so many in LA. But today, really, the big story, and that what we're going to talk about, is the elimination of pay-per-view. Sean, just tell me what was your first thought when you heard that?
I was really surprised, and I think you kind of had to check me, because I was like, whoa, what about the gate? What about the gate?
It's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But that's what I'm saying. If that's the first thing you think about, that's fair, Sean, because a lot of people, that has been common. That's been commonplace thinking in Hawaii, right? If we allow the game to be free, if we allow the game to be simulcasted, no one's going to show up. And that's been a lot of the thought. But Ryan, what do you think about that?
No, I think it is. Yeah, it is fair. But the whole origin of blackouts, right? You had to sell out. Whether it was a concert or a game or something like that, you sell out, and then they'd show it on TV or something like that. Wayne had a great point about it being a little personal for him, because his grandfather could watch the games now and not have to spend $400 a year. And I think especially in Hawaii, we do have an older fan base at times, and as we all know, it's not the best mobility stadium to have right now to get around and all that. So yeah, I think it is great for a lot of people. Being in Hawaii, we also have a lot of inter-island support that I think that's going to be huge. People can, watch and they don't have to spend, this exorbitant amount of money that, like we pointed out, is we're the only school in the entire country that does pay-per-view for games, or used to anyway.
Yeah, and now we aren't. And I reference, when I had then mayoral candidate Blangiardi on the show to interview before the election, which he won, obviously, and he's now the mayor. But he was really, if you go back and just watch the interview on the Hawaii Sports Fans channel on YouTube, you'll see how he responded to that being, really a notion of folks won't come to the game if it's on TV as being something that really downplays the bigger issue was that if folks don't get the product, they'll be totally disconnected and won't ever go back to the games, period, anyways. So, and I think that was the bigger issue. When you talk to people and they're like, oh, UH has a game? I'm like, yeah, I'm on the way there. What are you talking about? Oh, there's a game tonight? And they're like, you're talking to your friend. You're like, what? You watch UH? You're like, oh, I don't know. I don't, it's like, we have casual fans. We always say we have a big fan base, which we do. We have a lot of casual fans. Choke in Hawaii, and I think that's the biggest positive is a lot of them will finally say, hey, the game's on, it's free, okay, I'll switch it on, I don't mind. And I think they'll get more involved. Obviously, if the team is successful, it will help, but nonetheless, it still to me just brings the product, because we talk about brand awareness as being the most important thing, because going back to Timmy talking about during the press conference how we could be the darling team, right? And it's true, we could be. I mean, if you're the only game on at night at literally 1 a.m. on the East Coast, midnight on the East Coast, I mean, you're the only game on and folks will watch. A lot of people know the name Timmy Chang because of those late night Fox Sports West games, which were carried on all the Fox Sports affiliates because, hey, there's a game on, there's only one. So, I mean, that's how Timmy Chang really became a household name in terms of, if college football. And he really, in the aughts, he definitely was a name in college football. People knew who he was. But that's only because not only was Hawaii successful, but we had that outlet, the late games. But, Ryan, Matt Elliott, this is one of his first major developments. I mean, he just started the job just over a month. How much do you think a lot of this is attributed? He even thanked the Spectrum LA person who was there, which was interesting to me. So he must have had a prior relationship, and that person was there at the
and I do want to point out too that he did want to mention that he got a ton of support from Wendy Hensel, our president, and she's technically only been on the job for what are we, 8 months now? So for both of them to come in, I think it's a really big deal, and I think there's some moves being made, which is really good to see early on. Obviously we have some stuff to talk about with charters and travel subsidies and all that moving forward, but like this right now, I think is a great move, and especially being less than a month into the job.
So financials were not disclosed, which is really interesting to me. It's like, why not? It's only 1 year. Like, what is the deal? And I think hearing from John Fink, right, whom we all know from K5, and then he became involved with Spectrum and was doing the negotiating. He said himself that the time for pay-per-view is past and we need to move on. Like, bro, you weren't saying that before when you were charging us for pay-per-view.
Think about it.
Think about it.
Yeah. So
But,
Wayne,
yeah.
like there's been a whole generation that has missed out on UH football because
Completely.
this thing's been going on what, like
22 years.
22 years.
Oh.
So I mean, Timmy was giddy, you were giddy. I'm excited to recapture some of the fans that we've lost. We've just been hemorrhaging fans over the last decade or so, and this is one of the reasons for it. So it's an exciting time.
Well, just going to have to sidebar. We'll have to shout out our boy, Rob DeMello, who actually is not going to be doing the Spectrum pre and post games because he's going to be spending more time with his growing family as well. He's got teenagers now, which is crazy. But you can hear mines in the
Dude works
background.
so
Maybe
hard. Like
he's like 2.5
he
months.
is always there with a camera everywhere, every event.
Oh yeah,
So,
Rob is everywhere. Rob
And
is
he works
everywhere.
every day.
No, he works every day.
Mhm.
So that's why he
Yeah.
definitely needs this break
Yeah.
in life. I mean, for sure. So
The two things are not connected.
no.
Yeah.
But I think it's crazy that of all the times now that Rob's not going to be there, so it'll be interesting to see who they bring in. I mean, I'd love to see Felipe. I mean, we don't. It's not like we watch. We watch the replay. We're at the games, obviously. But
Yeah.
I think these kind of programs, though, this is what will help to start to soften folks back into the program, even whether we're not successful or not. Like or we are or whatever our record is going to be, I think it's helpful. I mean, even if we lost every game this coming year, which I don't think we will, I hope not.
Let's hope not.
I still think this is a positive. That's how good this development
please,
has
let's
been.
not have to roll back to this podcast at the end of the season.
It's like everyone got to see every single defeat. Yay.
But the timing of it is interesting because they kind of do this at the last, like we're about 10 days out from kickoff, and people have kind of bought their tickets and stuff, so it's kind of a 1 year thing.
Yeah, it's 1 year because
the contract just expired. It expired at the end of June, so this is their 1 year extension. It does work out perfectly for the Mountain West deal that they're working on, with everybody when we become, a full-fledged member. But yeah, I think it's something that they just said, hey, we got to get something done, and yeah, hopefully there's some money to be made with this contract, or at least for the next year.
I mean, they didn't really. I think for sure. Gosh, I don't know. It just seems weird, like the way that Spectrum is acting like they're, and they are. I mean, maybe they had to acquiesce to our AD's demands for the last year, but it just seems like this could have been done earlier still. And it could have, no doubt, but it's just funny how, let's be honest, the circumstances are the way they are, where the contract ended, like Ryan said. It's not like Matt Elliott was like, screw pay-per-view, we're breaking this contract, which would have been cool if he did that, honestly. But the contract was ending. It's like, there's only 1 year. What are we going to do? We're not going to do pay-per-view this year. Let's figure it out. And I'm glad that he, had the foresight to at least give folks that 1 year of just knowing that there'll be Spectrum, it'll be fine. And then when we go into the new Mountain West contract, which we don't know how much it's going to be worth, we don't know who it's going to be with. I mean, now that ESPN is getting into the NFL game, I feel like they're not going to really want to spend as much on college either, on those smaller conferences. I don't know, but I feel like, there still probably will be a paywall eventually for the Mountain West games.
Yeah.
But for those of you on the mainland too, we still have the Mountain West app for everybody. So all these Spectrum, games are going to be on that app. It's totally free, Apple TV, Roku, and the like, any mobile devices stuff. But so at least that's good too. We're out of that whole Team One app, which is a pain.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that Team One app was like mostly high school and community college games from like Oklahoma or something. So it was weird also navigating that app, but it's still a great, resource for the mainland fans for sure.
Isn't this kind of a step towards being away from being a redheaded stepchild of the Mountain West and like being an equal member?
Yeah, and the Mountain West is terrible, so I mean, it doesn't make me that proud anyways. Like the Mountain West is terrible. It's the terrible conference. I mean, I don't care. I don't care what we said. I'll say it right now. It's not a good conference. It's not. It's just not. It's not one conference. It's not a conference that's going to be competing. And hopefully our best teams. Hopefully we're one of the best teams. But at the same time, I'm not excited about all of the places that we Albuquerque and now like the Northern Illinois. That's like. Yeah. We have to drive. There's no metro from the airport from O'Hare to, So I mean, I'm just saying, like,
are you saying we or me have to drive?
Well, I guess Ryan will have to drive when we get off the plane. But no, I mean, I'm not. You're right. It does feel better that we're going to be in a full contract, no pay-per-view. But it's like getting into the Pac-12 now. Either it still would be awesome, but you're still not in the power conference. But no, I'm not taking the fire down. I don't want us to not less be, No, I want us to still be excited about this season.
Wayne, you were giddy yesterday.
I was like, finally, like this is what we've been talking about. Like,
Yeah.
Finally. But no, I mean, I still think that obviously to build our brand, we have a lot of work to do. But
Hmm.
I mean, I just thinking about all the people we know. I mean, we could name hundreds of people that we know personally amongst the three of us that would watch the games if it were more accessible. Because that's what
Yeah.
the first thing you said about Elliot, right? It's about access. It's like that's
Yes.
what it's about. It's like access is what matters, right? Like you can have the best, I don't know, healthcare in the whole world, but if you don't have access, then
Mhm.
it doesn't matter. So I think it's important that to have our fans who are super casual, our uncles, our cousins, the ones that came to a game at the stadium, once a year maybe, and always maybe they bet on the games. I don't know. And that's we're not here to condone gambling on games. It's definitely a part of it, though. I think we need to acknowledge that that's what's keeping people engaged in sports these days. A lot of these fans, but just having that ability for them to just simply switch on, OC16 or whatever channel it's going to be on 12. I think that's just like a massive game changer. Like that just finally, that's like, I don't know
How do you
why.
guys think though with like our product on the field, if it doesn't end up becoming, what we want, we want a high flying offense, a fast, hard hitting defense. But if that product on the field doesn't show up this season, how do you think that affects our viewership? I mean, do you still have casual enough fans that because it's Hawaii and it's the only thing on TV, it's still going to be on everywhere?
They'll probably just turn it off sooner.
I mean,
They might.
ideally, a high flying
Yeah.
offense gets you more fans in the stands, right?
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of it was. You look at the 2007 season, how the attendance got better as the season went on. Like, hey, this team's got something going on here, something special. Let me show up, right? So we'll just have to see. But yeah, that should answer some attendance questions. I think when once we hit kind of the mid season point.
I mean, I'm not even looking at TV for attendance. It's just the fact that we should be selling out 15,000. That shouldn't be an issue for our program, but it has been, and that's saying something about what the core of our program looks like right now. And that's why we said the real hardcore is the ones that aren't necessarily going to go anywhere, the ones you can't budge regardless of what the team does. I think those people either died, I hate to say it, because they're old, or there's just so few of us. And the thing is, I mean, a lot of that has to do with the fact, like Sean, you were saying, it's like in Los Angeles. For 21 years, there was not a single NFL team in the second largest city in America, which is insane.
That's mind blowing.
And it is. And that's why now in LA, with two teams, and still the NFL is, it's still not. You're going to get a lot of fans. I mean, Chargers and Rams are still going to fill their house, but it's just because LA has a lot of people. I mean, you still missed out on a generation of people that either don't watch football anymore or are 49er fans, because that was the closest NFL team. So there are a lot of Niners, Dodger fans, for instance, which seems weird. But when you think about the fact that, the NFL was gone for so long, you skipped out a generation. So, I mean, Sean, I feel like that there is an effect that it's going to take a while to repair that, because, we just don't have the same, I don't know how many Gen Z kids are, thinking about season tickets and,
Well, I'm excited for my dad. My dad's very much older. He can't make it to the games anymore, and like he kind of stopped watching. He traded UHN for Oregon because he could watch them. So now he'll be able to watch them every week. So I'm excited to get him back,
yeah.
and get him back watching games. So sometimes he would watch it on Sunday, but like only if he knew that they were competitive or won. So,
Yeah. I mean, you're going to get people that will, even if they weren't ordering the pay-per-view, they were watching the free replay. So there are a lot of people that are still fans, but weren't willing to pay for pay-per-view or go to the games too.
I've met a lot of UH fans that have said, I'm a UH fan, but I've never been to TC Ching. So,
yeah,
there's that issue.
Multiple reasons.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
after this, I think more people will
It's a step
be
in the right
curious.
direction.
I think more people will be curious about the stadium,
Mhm.
seeing it on TV.
Mhm.
Just being able to see it and being like, hey, I wonder what that stadium's like, and maybe they'll come and be like, okay,
Well,
the stadium's not for me. Then
If
I'll,
you're gonna come to the stadium, you might as well come to where the biggest party is, section
right.
151, the hot corner.
151. That is the hot corner. We're definitely gonna have a lot of energy in our section. We get really close to the torches right before the game. I think some of us nearly had our eyebrows singed off a few times.
Yeah, you almost burned my flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the game experience for us, and that's why I say us as fans. I mean, TC Ching is definitely
Intimate.
intimate, yes, and
That's a nice way of saying it.
in relation to other Division One stadiums, it's in the lower tier, the lowest possible tier, no doubt. But I mean, even if we're playing games at Pro City High School or Radford or something, we would find a way to make it fun because the hardcore fans are going to be there and they're going to be engaged and they're going to, but not everyone's like us, right? And that's why we always tell people it's like we're not, for us here, we're on this show, on this program, we're talking to people who are probably listening that also have never been to a game at TC Ching, are still fans of the team, and maybe even engage in conversations online or with their family, but they simply have never been to the stadium before. So I think, yeah, this will get people more curious. I think, I mean, and that seems paradoxical, right? Is like, oh, more people are going to come if you show the games free, but I think it will. I just don't think enough people have been exposed to the program for long enough. Like it's definitely not the same program in 2002. I mean, obviously that year, going 9-3 and, 2002 or 2001, we were at 9-3 and we missed out on a bowl. 2002, we did go to a bowl, right? Because they just made a bowl that year. And then, 2003, 4, we went to bowls, we got into fights, and then everybody got to see that too.
Houston.
But I mean, when you think about how much our program has changed in 23 years, 22 years, I mean, it's literally Timmy was playing back then. And I think there is something to be said with him being the coach and being like, okay, like finally I can, I feel like Timmy is in a driver's seat for a lot of this. And it's really going to be a lot of him playing for or coaching for his job, coaching for the image of the program. So I agree, Ryan. I mean, I think if anything, we have to at least put up a strong product.
Yeah, if we end up with a pretty flat offense and you lose the first game by 20 points to a Stanford team, that'd be a big difference, I think, especially on a national scale. But yeah, I just we'll have to see. I mean, you look at like Circa, right, who started in Vegas, who started playing the Hawaii game at the end of the night and trying to promote a little bit with the gambling side, which is obviously a huge industry. That expansion I think is going to be a lot better, because hopefully random bars can just pick it up and, to give Spectrum credit, we put on a pretty decent production, the way that they set up with everything, their ins and outs and all that. And the crew, that was one thing that we've always had over everybody in the Big West, on our other sports, right? Everyone talks about, all these other small Big West California schools, they have, younger announcers and they don't have anywhere near the pedigree, that, our crew has. So, hopefully that shows. Yeah. I mean, we talk about Kanoa's third generation, so it's just like other schools don't get that. Even in the Mountain West, you don't have that kind of pedigree. So hopefully that production value shows some as well as we go, this pushes on a bigger national scale.
Well, Sean, when it comes to this upcoming year, like you said, 5 games weren't selected, right? Or 7, was it? We have 7 home games. 5 were not selected for national. Our Stanford game is going to be on national TV.
Yeah.
And one road game.
But when we talk about national TV, I feel like it's almost a misnomer, right?
Yeah, it's it's kind of hidden. It's CBS Sports Network.
Yeah.
So I mean it's not like ABC.
Yeah, Stanford's CBS. Stanford is CBS.
Oh, it's going to be on the mothership?
Yeah. like
Okay.
rabbit ears CBS you can get.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Um,
great. So I mean, even more so,
Yeah,
guys. Like,
CBS Sports
I'm
is San Jose.
excited. We finally seem to have momentum going. There's positive things going with the program. We've been complaining for years, and it just seems like the tide is turning. It appears that way. So
Is that
I'm
extra
excited.
pressure for our game, for our season opener?
Timmy should welcome it because the rebuild is done. It's put up or shut up time.
Yeah,
It's our time.
now it's
Yeah, it's our
his
time.
time. Yeah. Well, now this is a season for Timmy where he definitely has to make a bowl. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, we talked about last year that even if he doesn't make a bowl, but he finishes strong, which is what happened.
Yeah.
You know, which he does every year. He's like, I'm gonna make sure I win the last game at least to make sure people remember. You know, but you know, I just think that this all is a microscope on Timmy this year, and you know, we want him to be successful. Obviously, we talked about the three of us how much he is like us, a local boy from here, and especially a former player, the quarterback. I mean, I think all of this goes back to, you know, whether Timmy can reclaim the program. I mean, that's going to be really that'll be what if, that'll be the success. I think, like Sean said, right. This is the first step, and it's gotten Timmy excited and Timmy energized, and I think that's important for him. But I think at the end of the day, we are still going to be waiting to see what the record is. But with that being said, we will have our show. Oh, things falling from 2 months old, 2 months old equipment going down.
You want to shout out anybody?
Shout out Ren, yeah, shout out Ren, shout out a few shows, taking care of him right now while I do this. But like we said, we have a big season ahead, so we're gonna go one by one like we do every year. Next week we'll have that for you all.
Hey, we've been pretty successful in that thing. We've been
Yeah.
like within a game.
No, yeah.
So either on
Year after
or
year.
within a game every
I'm
year.
gonna be honest though, I don't know where right now. I don't know. And the thing is, it's not really about us as much. I think it obviously is
No.
going to be about us for sure. But at the same time, it's like if the Mountain West is really down, then it helps us a lot too. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, UNLV will probably be good again. Air Force will probably be good again. But
We don't play Boise though.
yeah, we don't
No.
play Boise. Yeah, I mean,
I think San Jose is going to be really good this year, and then we're
Yeah.
away too.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
going to be a tough one.
I mean, I can't come up with a number right now off the top of my head. I mean, I think a bowl season is possible. I mean, in my opinion, I just think we're still, even with all the changes, we're still in the mid range, which is still, you know, I mean, I would love for us to go 6-6 at least.
Right.
You know, but I mean, I don't
We
know if
make
any
a
of you
bowl at that
have.
point, right?
Yeah, we could at 6-6. Yeah. We would get into the Hawaii Bowl 6-6.
I think we have a very tough road schedule. You know, you've got at Arizona, you got 2 games at Elevation, Colorado, UNLV, of course, and San Jose's, you know, probably top 2 or 3 in the conference. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to win a lot at home.
You're right.
You know, which
totally.
you're expected to.
Well,
Yeah.
and we also don't play Nevada and New Mexico, which are kind of projected to be the bottom feeders. So
I think
it's
it'll
a
come down
very
like
mid schedule.
It is. You're right. Yeah. Difficulty wise, no Boise, no Fresno either, right? Or do we have?
No, we do have
Fresno?
Fresno.
Yeah, we have
at
Fresno
home.
at home.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have
The
we have
first
Fresno at
game.
home. We have San Diego State at home. Yeah, we have a tough home schedule too. But I mean,
We
Sam
have 3
Houston.
weeks at home this year, which is the first time in I don't even know how long.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it'll
it's
be
been a while. We've been
super-
doing that
yeah.
alternating thing forever.
Yeah, it's great for
Yeah.
us road warriors who get to, you know, kind of sleep in our beds for a little bit and not have to go bed to hotel every other weekend.
Well, unless you come with Hawaii Sports Fans on our Dodgers Home Run Seats Tour, September 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Guys,
Come with
you guys have to check out Shohei Ohtani. This is like a once in a century
That's right.
athlete.
Athlete,
you gotta
period.
see him.
Yeah. I think a lot of folks are, you know, because even on the last tour, somebody said, "Oh, we were in Ohio," because of course I always talk about Shohei, right? They're like, "Wait, but we know how good he is hitting, but a lot of people have never seen him pitched before, right? Or before this year,
He's
if
great.
you weren't really watching the Angels.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he's just throwing like normal, like 80s. Like, no, he throws in the hundreds, like,
Yeah.
and with control. I mean, this is a freak athlete. But also, like we said, experience is what matters when you go to a game. And that's what we do at Hawaii Sports Fans, bring it all to you. We're going to have a great group. Right now, we have an all-women's group, actually. So, I mean, and like we said, Hawaii Sports Fans, we have more. I think we have already eclipsed. We have more women than men that come with Hawaii Sports Fans. And if you're wondering what the age variations are, just think of my parents' generation. And that's who I expect on my tours. And that's how I treat everyone, just like my parents and how I would want them, because they're all about the same age, our boomer class. But hey, it don't matter whether you are, young, old, whether you, love going in groups or by yourself, it always makes a big difference to come with us. This is a new experience. But hisportsfans.com, go check that out. Big news, like we
Ren's gonna
said.
bring down your average age for sure.
Oh yeah, Ren's an outlier. I mean, Ren definitely at 3 months will be the youngest ever.
Hey,
Always,
that kid has strong lungs.
Yeah. You can hear him practicing. But
Yeah.
well, thank you for joining us on another episode of the Rainbow Wrap Up. Like we said, follow us if you can on Instagram at Rainbow Wrap Up, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can subscribe. The Hawaii Sports Fans channel, or simply by going to rainbowwrapup.com, which I love. Rainbowwrapup.com, that's easy. We're going to be putting out our Patreon and also
our own YouTube channel too.
Yeah, our own YouTube. So that's all coming up. We're going to have, some HD. We're going to have like the New Heights edition kind. I mean, might not have Taylor Swift on our show like they are getting, which is insane. Of course, her boyfriend is one of the hosts, but when you think about Taylor Swift being on your podcast and she's going to talk about a new album she's breaking, I mean, you're going to burn through every, inch of bandwidth that you have for your show for that many people, I'm sure. So of course, that's the goal to get to that level. But at the same time, all we, ask humbly is for you to continue listening, supporting us, and we'll find more ways that you can support us. But yeah, it's been a great summer, and we're gearing up for the season. So come join us. But for Ryan and for Sean, that's right. Let's go. This is Wayne. We'll see you all next week on the next Rainbow Wrap Up. Aloha. Go Bows.
Go Bows.
Hey friends, we want to hear from you. Email us info@rainbowwrapup.com. That's info@rainbowwrapup.com. We want to hear your questions, concerns, comments, or hot takes that we can share on the show. Or if you just want to reach out and say, how's it? We'd love to hear from you. info@rainbowwrapup.com. Mahalo for all your support, and please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.